so many varieties of salt available these days in the market, right? So there are black salt, there are pink salt, there are normal table salt, low sodium salt. Which one to pick, correct? You must be very, very confused. So this video is going to be all about salt. We'll be helping you to understand what salt is best for you, number one. Number two, how much of salt you can have. And thirdly, what else you can do to fix your blood pressure and other health related problem just by modifying your salt intake. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome to Wellness Munch. I'm Shoma Chakravarti, and I have done my graduation, master's, PhD in food and nutrition. So I think I'm a little bit eligible to talk on this topic today. Well, let's start with salt now. See, there are many types of salt available in the market, right? Now, understand one thing, whatever salt you pick, they are all sodium chloride. Now, what is the difference? The difference is with the amount, okay? How much of sodium chloride present in per gram of salt. For example, if you are taking white salt, it will contain roughly 390 mg of sodium per gram of table salt. If you compare it with your black salt, what is the content? The content is roughly 378 mg per gram of salt. So there is a difference of between 12 to 13 mg per gram of salt. Now that's make a huge difference. The question is, okay, fine, then that means shall we completely switch to black salt? Not really. Why? Because see, what is black salt? First of all, black salt has sodium chloride, but apart from that, it has other minerals too. Like for example, it has magnesium, it has phosphorus, it has potassium, it has fluorine, it has selenium, it has other multiple minerals. We are getting black salt from the Himalayan range, and the range we are taking that salt out depends on that soil quality, what is going to be the nutritional or the mineral composition of that particular salt. Okay. So that's how when we refine it a little more, we get Himalayan pink salt. If it is completely unrefined, then what we called black salt. Now, the difference, what is the difference between this black salt and this table salt? Of course, the black salt is not black, but it has like little violish pinkish color. And it has a typical pungent, smell and flavor because of its, sulfurous compound which is present in the salt. Switching to black salt may not be a great idea. Why? Black salt is, we are getting black salt from the Himalayan region, correct? Where the region also have fluorine. It might be in a negligible amount, but it is there. Now, if you completely switch to black salt, there is a chance that you consume black salt on a daily basis and build up your fluorine level in the body. When you have excess fluorine in your body, it develops fluorosis. Apart from fluorine, second important point is the normal black salt also deficient in iodine. The requirement of iodine in your body is very, very less, but it is needed. The salt, the normal table salt that we get in the market, they are all iodized because of a reason, because what has been seen, if you are deficient in iodine, it actually hampers your physical and mental development, specifically for kids. That's the reason the entire iodine, National Nutrition Program was designed, and this iodized salt was introduced in the market. That's why it may not be a great choice if you completely shift to black salt and you get more and more fluorine and less, iodine. Cut the story short. Now, what can you do? Try to have both. How? Like just take 50% of table salt and add it with another 50% of black salt. Mix them together and use for cooking. That's one of the most smartest thing you can do. That way, you can pretty much control your sodium intake because black salt has less sodium compared to white salt. And you will also reduce the chance of getting fluorine overload in your body. And at the same time, because you are having this white salt, the iodine deficiency is also not going to take place. Now the question is how much of salt you can consume in a daily diet. See, WHO is suggesting you can have 5.8 gram of salt per day. 5.8 gram. roughly say 6 grams salt a day. Now, how will you measure 6 gram? It's close to a teaspoon. A teaspoonful of salt is enough for you for the whole day. Now, the question is, do we have only 6 gram, or what is the average amount of salt we consume? Studies suggest we have exactly the double or even triple amount of salt what has been suggested or recommended. That means we are almost having 12 to 13 gram of salt on a daily basis, an average. No wonder why everyone is getting hypertension at a very young age, right? So what to do? All you need to do is to control your salt intake. No matter how yummy it is, the food with loads and loads of salt, you got to restrict your salt intake at any cost. But you're in a family setup, right? So how will you measure? Just try to understand how much of salt you're buying in a month and then divide it with the number of family members you have, and that's what will give you roughly the idea how much of salt per day you guys are having. Apart from this salt intake, like using actually table salt for cooking and other purposes, a huge amount of salt we consume when we are consuming any type of processed food. Okay, why processed food contains huge amount of salt? Basically for improving the taste, and at the same time it helps. Salt always helps for preservation, cut off all kind of processed and packaged food. Whatever the instant food you're having today, for example, instant oats, instant popcorn, or instant noodles, or instant pasta, or instant popcorn, all these foods are loaded with sodium. The moment you cut down all this processed food from your daily diet, half the rest is gone. It is one of the most cheapest and easiest way to bring back your control over your health. I hope the video was useful. If it was, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course subscribe our channel. If you have any queries, any doubt, please feel free to use the comment section. I'm generally very active over there. We will be coming back soon with some other interesting topic. Till then, stay happily healthy. Bye-bye.